G'day technologists, Jameel here. Since I'm on the hunt for a job at the moment, and there probably are a few of us right now with all the redundancies, or you're potentially looking for your first tech sales job, I thought I'd share with you what I'm doing and what I do to stand out with my sales resume and give you guys a couple of tips of your own. Let's get into it. Okay. So basically, you need to understand when it comes to building your resume, it's a billboard, right? It's a billboard for you and your brand. Recruiters are only spending a couple of minutes skimming through your resume, trying to find what's relevant to the role itself. A lot of recruiters are actually using something called an applicant tracking system or an ATS to digitally scan your resume for keywords and any of the key responsibilities they're looking for in the role. So it's really important that your resume is just simple, straight to the point, and keep it punchy. You really are just selling yourself in a few minutes and when you're not in the room. Okay. So what is in a great resume? It's broken down into a few chunks. I'll give you a visual example in a sec, but a great resume has your career summary at the top. Who are you? What are you known for? What are you most proud of? Just a couple of dot points, right? Get to the point. When it comes to the previous roles that you've got, no more than 3 to 5 lines of just summarizing the role, any KPIs, key responsibilities, and then your highlights and your outcomes. If you've achieved any metrics, if there's been any personal highlights, any achievements, anywhere that you've exceeded in your role, list that there. Okay, it's really about showing the best of who you are. When it comes to your education and certification, you can put them in there, but don't make it a huge laundry list, particularly if you are in technical pre-sales. Education is becoming less relevant, right? A lot of organizations ask for a bachelor's degree or something equivalent. Sure, you want to put that in there. I've done that for myself. But things like academic scores, probably not necessary unless you are really early in your career and there's something relevant towards that. If you've got a bunch of certifications in education, put that at the bottom of your resume towards the end. You really want to focus on what's practical for you in your role. And you want to personalize your resume, right? Put a couple of your best soft skills, your personal attributes. Why you? Are you a good leader? Are you a great communicator? Have you got any examples about that you could demonstrate? And then put a couple of hobbies, a couple of interests. Just again, personalize you, but don't go into detail. It's just to show that you're a human being, right? Some of the things you should do that have been counterintuitive to previous advice around resumes that I've gotten over the years is put a photo of yourself in there, because you are selling you. You are selling a personal brand of who you are. You want to stick out. Previously, back in the day, even just a few years ago, people were against putting your photo in your resume. But realistically, people are going to look at your social profiles. They're going to look at your LinkedIn. They're going to look at your face. They want to know who you are. So I really think it's very useful to get a nice photo and put it in your resume because, again, you're selling a personal brand here. Why you? When it comes to the roles and your industry experience, keep it relevant, right? Particularly in the tech industry, roles that you were doing 10 years ago, probably irrelevant to today's economy and today, the way things are today, right? Is that technology you're selling 10 years ago probably should not be relevant today. And, most people just don't bother looking at that. They want to know what you've done recently and what your current achievements are. And put some time and effort into the design of your resume. One of my personal attributes or sayings is how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you have put the time to put some detail, making sure you've got the structure and the design right, that's a reflection of who you are and how much effort that you put into everything that you do. And it's a good way to sell yourself in an alternative perspective. Okay. When it comes to resume don'ts, do not put your slabs of text, right? Do not make customers or recruiters rather TLDR your resume and have these big slabs of text. It just is not good for the eye. Keep your resume relevant, like a couple of 2-3 pages max. If you really want to go into detail, you can put it all on LinkedIn because, again, most recruiters probably just suck your LinkedIn in and have a look through that. But again, keep it punchy and relevant. It's a couple of minutes tops. And references aren't as useful as they were back in the day. It's good to have a couple on the back of your hand if you need them, but no need to list them. If they ask for them, have them. But don't bother putting them on your resume anymore. So as a bit of an example, I'm going to take you through my resume and how I've applied some of these key points into my own. Let's have a look. So here's my resume here. As you can see, A nice graphical design template. I got this from Canva. There's lots of great free templates, which we'll talk about in a sec. But I've got a nice design here, a nice big photo of my ugly mug there. My career summary, 5 lines, right? What I've done, what I like to do is actually bold my metrics and bold the achievements to make it really stick out visually to the recruiter at hand. My relevant experience, you can see that there's my role there. With the design of this, I've just really summarized my education into one area. I've got some extra accreditations and case studies, so I've put links to those into the document there. And again, the relevant experience, 4 lines of what I did in my previous role, 5 lines on the achievements that I've had are in the highlights. Again, the relevant experience, I've specifically said relevant experience, get to the point. Some of my recognitions and accreditations, other things that I've achieved, are there as a nice to have, but aren't front and center. And then my resume, again, is 3 pages long. Some of my personal attributes are on the left. Some of my hobbies and interests are also there. And again, just keeping it relevant, 2 to 3 points. There's my bolding there. And yeah, again, full career history available on LinkedIn if you wanted to look on that. And that's how I've structured my resume. Simple, to the point, well designed. It's a reflection of who I am. Cool. So if you want help with your own resume, use one of Canva's free resumes templates. There's a link here. There'll be a link in the description. I'll give you my resume as reference, so you can just copy and paste what I do in the design. Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, a full copy of this template, the resume, this lesson will be in the description, so you can enjoy that and give it a shot yourself. So hopefully that helps you in your resume journey, hopefully gets you a job for yourself. If you want more tech sales tips, please, I've got over 30 free lessons in the free Tech Sales Mentorship course, teaching you all the fundamentals of what it means to be great in technology sales. You can check that out at school.com/Tech Sales Academy. You can check that out on my profile now. Enjoy.